Noon starts right now.
New at noon, the superintendent of Uvalde CISD, Dr. Hal Harrell, sharing details about the future of Robb Elementary. Students and staff will not be returning to the Robb Elementary campus.
In a press release, the superintendent said, quote, "We are working through plans on how to serve students on other campuses and will provide that information as soon as it is finalized. We are also working with agencies to help us identify improvements on all UCISD campuses," end quote.
The district says it will continue to provide counseling and support to their families and staff for the foreseeable future.
Also new at noon, Governor Greg Abbott now asking Texas lawmakers to come together to form special legislative committees. The goal, to come up with legislative recommendations on school safety, mental health, police training, and a lot more.
The effort was laid out in a letter sent to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and Speaker Dade Phelan this morning. It comes in response to last week's deadly shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde.
In the meantime, Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Police Chief Pedro Arredondo now saying he is in contact with the Texas Department of Public Safety.
This comes after reports that he's stopped communicating with the agency, which is involved in the investigation into the timeline of the shooting at Robb Elementary. At issue, why did it take so long for officers to confront the shooter?
And we have people in our community being buried, sir. So we're going to be respectful.
I just want your reaction
we're going to be
the director McGraw saying that you were responsible for the decision to go into that room. How do you explain yourself to the parents?
We're going to be respectful to the family.
I understand that, but you have an opportunity to explain yourself to the parents.
And just so you know, we're going to do that eventually, obviously.
When?
And whenever this is done, and let the families quit grieving, then we'll do that, obviously. And just so everybody knows, we've been in contact with DPS every day, just so you all know.
They say that you're not cooperating.
I've been on the phone with them every day.
They say you're not cooperating. So just 2 seconds.
Just so you know, we've been talking to them every day.
What is your reaction?
Y'all have a good day.
What is your
Arredondo did not provide further clarification on what he means by being in contact with DPS every day. He was the incident commander during the shooting. Last week, DPS identified him as a person who decided not to breach the school classroom where the shooter had holed up and instead stand back and wait for reinforcements.
Arredondo was also asked about his swearing in Tuesday night as a city council member, which took place exactly a week after the massacre. The official oath of office ceremony was canceled. Arredondo called it a private event and said the families of the shooting victims are the focus right now.
Well, today, the Uvalde community continues to remember those lost lives.
More services are being scheduled for today. A 10-year-old victim of that shooting will be laid to rest. Friends and family are set to honor Jose Manuel Flores Jr. A mass will be held this afternoon. There will also be a mass for fourth grade teacher Irma Garcia. Her husband, Joe Garcia, died just days later of what family members say was grief. His services will be held on the same day.
There are more to come over the next 2 weeks. You can find information on funerals as well as visitations and memorials right now on KSAT.com. We're also continuing our efforts to highlight the victims on our social media platforms. We've been sharing a photo and info about each victim given to us by their loved ones every hour at 20 minutes past the hour.
And if you live in Uvalde, there is help for you. You can reach out to the State Mental Health Services Hotline. That number right there on your screen, 888-690-0799. It is available 24 hours, 7 days a week. We also have that information on our website, KSAT.com.
Well, daylight doesn't seem to have brought much clarity to detectives investigating the shooting death of a teenage boy. San Antonio police say they still have a lot of questions in this case. The victim was found inside a home on the north side of town, the 100 block of Agnes Drive near North Main. As our Contrita Weber reports, police say the answers they've received just don't add up.
Patrol cars light up the 100 block of Agnes Drive, but when it came to exactly what happened in a home here late last night, police were in the dark.
We're not sure if it was a drive-by. We're not sure the shooting happening inside. The male was located inside the location.
What they did know was that boy, who the medical examiner says was only 13 years old, was dead from a gunshot wound.
I just couldn't believe it when I heard it.
Charlene Hinojosa, who lives down the street, had been outside her home only moments before. When she walked out again shortly after 9:30 last night, she says chaos had erupted.
It was crazy. I was getting phone calls from my neighbor, and then As soon as I come out, I see I heard it. The ambulance, the cops, everything.
Although last night's commotion has subsided, the confusion continues today. Police say the teen who was killed did not live in this home, and everyone else who was here has been less than helpful. They say they've gotten different stories, including one that he was the victim of a home invasion. They say witnesses told them the gunman climbed in through a back window, shot the victim, and then took off. But police say the evidence doesn't match up with that. They say they plan to keep trying to get to the truth so they can make an arrest. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And also due to it, a man disappeared on the southwest side on Monday, and police still have not found him as of yet. Officers say 91-year-old Esperidian Araujo was last seen in the 5400 block of South Zarzamora Street. He was wearing glasses, a baseball cap, blue shirt, and khaki pants. If you know where he might be, you're asked to contact the San Antonio Police Department's Missing Persons Unit, 210-207-7660.
This noon, Crime Stoppers is asking for your help after a shooting on the city's west side. Back on May 23rd, police say 2 suspects showed up to an apartment, the 8600 block of Waters Edge Drive. That's near Highway 151 and Loop 410. According to police, the suspects were looking for someone who sometimes sleeps at that apartment. However, the people who were inside at the time told them that that person was not there. Police say the suspects forced their way into the home, and one of them started firing a gun. The suspects took off but kept firing. Officers don't know who they are. However, police say the suspect's vehicle is missing part of the front grille and had a paper tag. You can call Crime Stoppers on your screen right now, 210-224-STOP, if you can help officers with this case.
Pop-up showers possible again today. We'll see a few more of them tomorrow. Then the weekend, it really heats up. We take a look at the forecast coming up.
And still coming up, Becky Hammond coaching the best team in the WNBA. Larry Mares with more in sports.
Well, open enrollment is going on right now for a program geared toward helping students with disabilities find summer jobs. Students earn a paycheck while learning new skills and gaining work experience. The Workforce Solutions Alamo program is called SEAL, or Summer Earn and Learn.
To be eligible for employment, students must be disabled and between the ages of 16 and 22. Students will be matched with jobs that they're interested in at businesses and organizations across 13 counties of the Alamo area. Officials say jobs are limited. Interested students, parents, and caregivers are being told to apply at workforceSolutions.alamo.org/SEAL.
And a new program aims at improving math performance for children of color.
The new initiative is called Multiply Success and will help different organizations across San Antonio support children in our community.
Tiffany Huertas has a look at how succeeding in math will open more opportunities for students.
Math proficiency is linked to higher rates of high school graduation, college matriculation. You can even look down later on in life. You can see the wealth income gap being closed for communities of color.
These are some of the ways the Multiply Success program will impact students' lives. United Way of San Antonio and Bexar County teamed up for this new initiative.
Multiply Success will distribute a total of $635,000 to different organizations across the city that will create programs.
We're funding and we're investing in 5 programs across the city that are looking to address math proficiency for 8th grade students of color.
One of the organizations getting funding is Family Services Association of San Antonio.
We will be purchasing different curriculums and materials. We work with the parents there and we get them trained, and so we'll get them trained to be tutors in math.
United Way reports there was a 30% drop in math STAR test scores citywide since 2019 for Black and Latino students, and this was a big driver for the program.
It's something that it needs to happen, you know. So we're humbled to be in the position to provide this much needed service.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
David, you got some rain on you when you were out there with Katie.
We were out at Cody Elementary with the second graders over there blasting off rockets. It rained for about 5 minutes and then the humidity just smacked us in the face. It was like,
oh, wow.
Yes. And the rockets flew, though. I want to tell you, those kids got those rockets blasted off.
That looks like so much fun.
Did you count the drops? How many raindrops did you get?
Enough to start me sweating because it was so humid after they finished.
It is steamy out there. We still do have a few showers, generally east of San Antonio. We'll show you the radar coming up. The aquifer still dropping. It's down 0.8 of a foot to 643.6. We're in a bad spot there. And as far as the pollen is concerned, it's just mold. It's in the low category of 400. We look at the radar. We also look at the tropics coming up.
These are your top headlines from Cheddar News. Supply chain issues hitting the kitchens of Taco Bell. The restaurant chain says they're running out of Mexican pizza at some locations, and that's just 2 weeks after it returned to the menu. Parent company Yum Brands says demand for the fan favorite is 7 times higher than the last time it was on the menu. Meanwhile, Meta, that's changing their ticker symbol next week. Starting June the 9th, the FB ticker symbol that's been around since 2012 will change to Meta. That in line with the company's new direction. The company formerly known as Facebook will continue to be listed, though, on the NASDAQ. And the European Union's ban on Russian oil is sending oil prices soaring around the globe at almost $123. Brent crude is at its highest level in nearly 3 months. With less oil on the open market, U.S. consumers will continue to see record high gas prices throughout the summer. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Oh, the heat will smack you up right side the head when you step outside that door. But here's a look at how dry it actually is. This is a picture from Medina Lake. Where is the lake? It's a good question. The Madera County Sheriff's Office posted these pictures on its Facebook page. They show the lower water level due to drought conditions.
So the levels are so low, Medina Lake Park is temporarily closed out of an abundance of caution. The Sheriff's Office says it will post an update on its Facebook page whenever it reopens. And Justin, you talked about how the beautiful waters of Medina Lake when there's actually water in there.
That's the problem. We know how the reservoir works, right? I mean, we've been here before. In 2011, thing dropped down to basically the creek bed, and then we got big rains, and it was back up to, normal levels. Medina Lake has a lot of this going on, but at the moment we are in drought, and Medina Lake is still falling, and it probably will continue to drop more because there's not a lot of rain in the forecast. And May, not so good to us. Take a look at this. It was the warmest May on record here in San Antonio. 83 degrees was our average temperature. We blew out the old record of 81.9 set back in 1996. It wasn't even close. We had 5 days in May where we were up over 100. We'll see where June ends up, but this was May was just a terribly hot month for us and is now in the record books. Let's look at the air temperature right now. It's 88 degrees, but it feels like 94 when you factor in the humidity. 84 Bernie Stage feels like 87. New Braunfels is 89, but look at the heat index, 97. Feels like 94 right now in Seguin. A lot of humidity out there, and with these temperatures starting to jump up, it's going to be another hot, humid day. We've got partly cloudy skies. We had a couple of showers earlier here around San Antonio. Those have since dissipated. 88 degrees at the airport, 92 though already at Stinson, 91 Kelly, 89 at Randolph, and a pretty good southeasterly breeze, but not as strong as we've seen last couple of days. There's the radar, and we do have one little pop-up there showing up just north of 151, closing in on 1604 there on the city's west side. We'll zoom in a little bit closer. And again, these showers, as David pointed out, he was underneath one earlier. They last about 5 minutes at most, and then they move right along. But this one's moving north. Will work its way towards 1604 there in Bandera Road within the next 5 to 10 minutes, just west of Leon Valley. Other showers popping up east of San Antonio. We've had some better coverage out there. Cuero's received some decent rain today. Hallettsville's gotten some good downpours, and then more showers showing up between Gonzales and Hallettsville near Shiner at this hour, moving north towards Moulton. So there's going to be a little bit more activity during the afternoon, but the best chance of rain is going to be east of San Antonio. There's about a 10% chance, I'd say, throughout the rest of the afternoon. For us here in San Antonio, again, a little better chance. Gonzales over to Hallettsville. Then as we get into tomorrow, weak frontal boundary tries to shift south into the area. It washes out a little bit, but I think there's enough there to where we get maybe a little bit better coverage tomorrow. So we're going to go with a 20% chance of rain. Again, this is not going to produce a lot of rain, and most of us are going to stay dry, but there is a chance there. As we look at the satellite picture, you can kind of see that area of moisture lifting north across our eastern counties, and then partly cloudy skies here around San Antonio with more clouds out west. And then some bigger storms up here across North Texas where there is a frontal boundary. That's the same front that will shift a little bit further south tomorrow. Severe weather possible today across parts of North Texas, Midland over to Dallas up to Little Rock, but still all north of us. Temperatures 95 this afternoon, but the heat index could go as high as 102. And look at the temperatures in Amarillo. Only supposed to be 58 degrees there today, this afternoon. That sounds nice. We're not going to feel any of that cooler air, that's for sure. Very quickly out in the tropics, we do have a developing system here. This likely will become Alex. Hurricane Center is giving us about an 80% chance of development over the next 5 days. And regardless of development, we know it's going to produce a lot of heavy rain, 7 inches plus, we think, across parts of South Florida and Cuba. So this is going to be a big rainmaker for those in Miami and the Florida Keys. Extended forecast, 95 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain, 96 Friday, small chance of rain, and then we get into some big time heat this weekend. 100 Sunday, 101 on Monday, guys.
Woo! Hot.
Got a feeling that a lot of Spurs fans are going to be cheering for Boston just because of Ime Udoka and, of course, Derek White being there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pulling for Boston.
State.
Yes, they're tired of Golden State. Golden State is not tired of Golden State, but I mean, a lot of people here are probably tired of Golden State, right? So, yes, NBA Finals will get started tomorrow night. The Celtics and the Warriors, and Boston says Golden State, they can certainly score in more ways than just from three-point range. And the WNBA, Nalissa Smith is having a solid rookie season coming up. The Spurs will play one of their home games this season in Mexico City against the Miami Heat. That's according to Record, a Mexican-based site that says the game will be played December 17th at Mexico City Arena. This comes after the Spurs requested to play as many as 8 home games away from the AT&T Center, causing concern among Spurs fans that the team was testing the water about a possible move. But following an open letter by Spurs Sports and Entertainment managing partner Peter J. Holt, Bexar County Commissioners Court granted the team 4 home games away from the AT&T Center for this coming season. That will include one in the Alamo Dome as part of their 50th anniversary celebration and 2 in Austin. Yesterday, the Boston Celtics left the East Coast, headed for California, where they'll face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals starting tomorrow night. Ime Udoka says the Warriors are more than just a three-point shooting team.
It's not always about the obvious or what people think with the shooting. They make 15 threes in their wins and 11 in their losses, so it's not a huge difference. They're going to get those up regardless. And it's a lot of little things that can kind of lead you to overreacting to some of the three-point shots and opening everything else up.
Point is, they've all played a bunch of playoff games. So they're not a young team. They're an experienced team. Been through an awful lot, not only in this postseason, but the last several years. And so to me, it's really 2 very experienced teams going head to head.
NBA Finals will tip off tomorrow night with Boston and Golden State. Game 2 is Sunday, while games 3 and 4 will go down in Boston. All games are live here on KSAT 12. Led by head coach Becky Hammond, the Las Vegas Aces continue to pace the WNBA with a league-best 9-1 record. The Aces beat the Sun at home last night, 89-81 for their 7th straight win. Las Vegas is 6-0 at home this season and the only WNBA team with a perfect record at home so far. The Aces are off to their best 10-game start in franchise history, which is awesome for a team still getting to know their head coach.
I think the most encouraging thing for me is just their ability to learn. I'm learning them. They're competitors. They respond when I challenge them. So, like I said, we're still all getting to know each other. They're getting to know what makes me tick. They definitely probably already know what drives me crazy.
Last night, the Indiana Fever lost at home to the Mystics, 87-75, dropping to 3-8 this season. Fever rookie and East Central alum Nalissa Smith had 13 points and 4 rebounds. The Fever led 46-38 at halftime and then got outscored 24-13 in the third quarter, which changed the outcome of the game.
Absolutely, the third quarter, I feel like that's one of the most important quarters. Just the way you come out and approach that game, whether you're up or down, it's just that third quarter is so important that you outscore your opponent, and that's going to change the game.
Nalissa is averaging 13.6 points to go with the team best 8.4 rebounds per contest. Nationals at the Mets from yesterday. Starling Marte crushes a 2-run homer into center field off the black cover, and a dad holding a toddler just casually reaches over the railing to grab the ball on the hop. Pretty impressive. Dad is pumped up. The crowd is excited for him. As for his little one, well, he doesn't seem really all that impressed.
Yeah,
Look, nah, okay.
Like not phased.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dad doing Dad things.
There you go.
What he's supposed to do.
Look at that.
Grab that thing, Dad.
Yep.
Thanks, Larry.
That's cool. Why don't you feed me or something? Wow.
We'll be right back.
Russia is accusing the United States of adding fuel to the fire after the U.S. decided to give Ukraine additional high-tech missile systems and munitions to fight against Russia's ongoing invasion. Among the new weapons, the Biden administration will send a mobile artillery rocket system capable of traveling around 48 miles. In a New York Times op-ed, Biden said that America's goal is to, quote, see a democratic, independent, sovereign, and prosperous Ukraine with the means to deter and defend itself against further aggression, end quote. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces desperately trying to hold on to a strategic city in northeast Ukraine. As many as 13,000 civilians are thought to be trapped there. Evacuation attempts have been stalled because of the shelling.
Several national retailers here in the state say the low supply of baby formula remains unchanged. At CVS, the shortage is still making it hard to keep formula products on shelves. The company spokesperson says CVS is keeping its 3-product purchase limit in place as suppliers continue to struggle. Some chains on the East Coast say it could be months before there is any change to the supply on store shelves. A Kroger spokesperson says the grocer chain is still limiting purchases to 4 containers per customer.
Well, millions of people across the U.S. are facing even higher gas prices. The national average for regular gasoline jumped 5 cents today, hitting a new all-time record high of $4.67 a gallon. AAA also reports that 7 states now average $5 a gallon or higher. Ugh. Soaring gas prices are led in part by strong demand as people ramp up travel plans and a sluggish supply. The jump also comes after the European Union reached a deal to ban 90% of its Russian oil imports by the end of the year. And you can expect gas prices to continue to surge. One analyst says he expects the national average to hit $4.75 just in the next 10 days.
Now to those affordable summer travel tips. Airfare might be skyrocketing, but you don't have to give up that vacation. ABC's Gio Benitez has more on the smartest ways to book your flights.
With summer's surging demand and fewer flights in some cases, airfares are soaring.
Summer flights right now are indeed extraordinarily expensive.
Scott Keyes dedicates his life to finding cheap flights.
Don't wait to book your flights until the very last minute, because last minute flights are generally going to get more expensive, not less expensive.
Karen Brennan says her family's most recent trip to California put them in debt.
A flight for 4 to San Francisco for us would typically be about $1,600, and it was about $2,800. All the hotels and everything else that would normally be in our usual budget just added into it now.
Experts say the most expensive weekend to fly, July 4th, with round-trip domestic airfares coming in at an average of $412. And if you want the cheapest deals this summer, wait until the end.
If you're willing to wait until late August to take your summer vacation, you can save as much as $118 off of domestic airfare and more than $100 off a 3-night hotel stay.
As far as destinations, Haley Berg of Hopper says some expensive ones are Seattle, San Diego, and Portland. Less expensive places, Houston, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale. And check out this money-saving tip for families. Try booking 1 ticket at a time rather than all together.
We had a flight from Portland to New York, and we were searching for 4 tickets, and those tickets came back at $187 per person. When I reduced it down to 1 ticket, all of a sudden the price dropped to $113 per person. The airline will only sell you 4 tickets if they are in the same what's called fare bucket. And so maybe they only had 3 tickets available at that $113 rate. And so by searching for 4 tickets, I got bumped up to the $187 rate.
And another tip here, try searching for one-way tickets because one airline, they may have a good offer on the departure, but another airline may have a better price on the return. So look at that. You also may want to go back after you buy that ticket, go back and check the price for that flight every once in a while because if it's lower than when you bought it, you can call the airline and get a credit. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
All right, we talked about it earlier. David was out and about, and he had some rain on him, Justin. And I heard Sarah say to you earlier, Sarah Spivey, say they were few drops, but they were fat drops.
Fat drops. That's kind of what you see with this kind of weather. These clouds build up briefly. You get a few drops, big fat drops coming out of these clouds, and then they move right along. We've got a picture to prove it. This from Skywatcher, always sends in some great photos. He says this is the aftermath of a smallish shower. Crossing my fingers for more rain. I think we all are, and unfortunately, there's just not a lot there. Thankfully, we are seeing at least a little bit of something today. And as we look at the radar right now, we've had a couple of pop-ups within the hour here around San Antonio, but not much. Most of the action is Cuero, Gonzales over to Hallettsville, Shiner, back down towards Victoria, and that's where we're seeing some of these better downpours moving south to north. But we haven't detected lightning strikes or anything like that, but just some quick-moving downpours. And we still could see a few more here around San Antonio. You look at the temperatures across the state, 88 degrees right now here in town. Amarillo, though, 56, 74 in Amarillo. There's a frontal boundary up there. It's drawing in some cooler air. That frontal boundary sinks a little bit further south tomorrow before it washes out. That may bring us some more slight chances of rain. Otherwise, our forecast today is just hot. 94 by 3 o'clock, partly cloudy skies. And then 93 by 6 p.m. Still that 10% chance of rain, but I think rain chances start to diminish this evening if there are any at all. 84 at 10 o'clock, 82 by 11 p.m. We're down to 80 by midnight. We'll have another look at 7-day forecast and now look ahead to the weekend, hot weekend coming up.
Thank you, sir. Dan is just one win away from a state title. A preview of the final matchup coming up with Larry Ramirez in sports.
A young woodpecker, okay, this is a story, created a big stir when video of it caught in a woman's hair went viral. How she was able to free the bird and get it some help.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oops. We can be extremely focused on rain, severe weather, all of those kinds of things. But today's topic is about the opposite of that, the lack of rain, drought. So if you're listening to this podcast, this is a San Antonio, Texas podcast for everyone across the nation, all right?
You're really going to be shocked.
Lake Mead Reservoir is so low that they are finding bodies in barrels from the 70s and 80s. Authorities say they may find more bodies as the lake levels continue to recede. The reason that droughts are getting longer and worse.
How do we fix drought?
Conserve water.
Really put a lot of thought into that one.
That is what we're going to talk about today.
Awesome.
And today is World Reef Awareness Day. It's a reminder for us to do our part to help preserve oceans.
So oceans cover 70% of the Earth's surface and produce more than half of the world's oxygen. In recent years, the world's reefs have been in decline due to coral bleaching. In the Florida Keys and in the Caribbean, the decline is around 90%.
There are some things you can do to help, though. 2 simple changes involve using reef-safe sunscreen at the beach and eliminating single-use plastic from your lifestyle. Learn more at worldreefday.org.
All right, this is a story. A baby woodpecker in search of a nest made himself right at home in a woman's hair.
The bird ended up getting tangled, and as CNN's Jeannie Mose unravels the story for us.
If you've ever seen a woodpecker peck, then you might imagine Brittany Bronson was in a peck of trouble when she ended up with a woodpecker in her hair. Did you scream?
No, I was just like, okay, so this just happened.
The baby woodpecker had slammed into a glass window at Brittany's North Carolina home, so she went to investigate.
He's kind of looking at me like this, and then he jumps on my head.
She headed around to the front door to get her brother.
Colton, can you come help me?
Colton to the rescue.
What is going on? Why is that thing on your head?
As if it were a hat.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
Oh no!
I would be freaked out that the woodpecker would start pecking.
Oh, I was like this, so I was trying to, cover my eyes and my face.
Brittany's brother methodically started to untangle the bird's feet from Brittany's hair. How are you so calm? TikTok viewers marveled. In moments, her brother, an engineer, freed the woodpecker and gently set it down. Folks online naturally called it Woody. Next morning, it hopped towards Brittany as if she were Mom. Brittany put it in a cat carrier and took the bird to Holly's Nest Animal Rescue. It's too young to feed itself, and since the parents seem to have disappeared, the woodpecker will be rehabbed here.
My mom used to make the joke when I was a kid, you need to go brush your hair, it looks like a bird's nest.
And since she was wearing it up, well, that does look like a nest.
Yeah.
And if the bird couldn't get to the nest came to the bird. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
So calm. Like,
Yes.
everyone in that situation was so calm.
I love his reaction. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, what do
you want me to do?
What is that in your hair?
What is that in your
Why is
hair?
that on your head?
That would be a bird.
I'm impressed. That was well done. Well done. 90 degrees so far today. The average is 91. So we're right about on average now. Obviously, we're going to be above average this afternoon. 77 was the low this morning. The records are 101 and 54. 101 set back in 1887. Not in jeopardy today, but I think there will be some records in jeopardy as we head into next week. A look at that scorching forecast coming up.
We love the little pop-up showers because we could use every bit of moisture we can get, but then the humidity just goes right through the roof right after.
I want to go check my rain gauge when I go home, but I don't feel like anything will be there.
Well, I just looked at some of the rainfall totals, the rainfall estimates, some of the heavier stuff out east, and even then, we're still only picking up maybe a half an inch. So these numbers are not going to be big. This is not going to be a drought buster by any stretch of the imagination. But as we look into June, we know May was the hottest on record, right? June, where do we stand? Well, the average high for June 1st, today, 91. The average low is 71. As we get towards the end of the month, the average high is 93. Average low is 74. So not a lot of movement there in the temperatures. We kind of level out, right? But it is a hot month. And so far, we're expecting to be above average to start June. Precipitation, we average about 3.28 inches. We hope we can get to some average rainfall. And the summer solstice, of course, June 21st. So we officially enter into summer. So far, we've had 5 100-degree days, all coming in May. There are some in the forecast, though, and where does that rank? Well, in 2009, we had 59 100-degree days. 2011, we had 57. And, this year is shaping up. It looks a lot like 2011 as far as the drought is concerned. So we'll see how many days we pile up, but there are more in the forecast. And as we look at the radar right now, most of the action, as we said, is off to the east of San Antonio. We've seen a couple pop-ups here in town, but not much. And the activity that has been heaviest has been here around Gonzales, and we are now detecting a few lightning strikes there just east of the city of Gonzales. This is pushing north. Some good rain within these cells as they work north. Nothing that's going to be severe today, but some good rain right there along Highway 90, and then another little cell just to the west of Gonzales as you go towards Oak Forest. And that's where the best rain is at this hour. As we look over towards San Antonio, we had one little pop-up earlier on the west side of town, but now nothing. We may see a few more very light showers before it's all said and done. There's about a 10% chance of rain here this afternoon. Let's take a look at the time lapse. And we did actually have a shower move right over the camera. You'll see it briefly right about there. So a couple drops. You got to look really quick. 88 degrees at the airport right now. Southeasterly winds at 9 miles per hour. Dew point is at 71, so that number is high. It is sticky out there, and that makes it feel so much warmer than the actual air temperature. 88 is the air temperature, but 94 is your feels like number. Bernie stage feels like 89 there. New Braunfels, one of the highest heat indices we're seeing, 97. And Stinson now, heat index is up to 99, so it is going to be a steamy afternoon. Forecast temperatures, We think we make it up to about 96 or so this afternoon. Again, the heat index will probably be somewhere around 100 by 3, 4, 5 o'clock today. There's the satellite picture. Clouds starting to scatter out a little bit. You see some of those showers, but the deeper moisture just off to our east. And as we look at the big picture here, some storms across parts of Oklahoma and North Texas. That's along a frontal boundary. This front sags a little bit farther south tomorrow, so that gives us some hope, maybe a little bit better rain chance tomorrow. But in the meantime, severe weather possible from Dallas to Midland up into parts of Oklahoma today with that front. It's not for us. 10% chance of rain, as I mentioned, and then tomorrow with the front a little bit closer, we're going to put in a 20% chance of rain tomorrow afternoon. It'll still be those hit or miss type downpours. Not everybody, in fact, most of us will not get rain. Very quickly in the tropics, we have a developing system here. This is going to become Alex. We think there's a high probability of that happening. Hurricane Center gives it about an 80% chance of becoming Alex and moving northeast towards Florida. The big story with this is going to be the heavy rain. 7-inch plus numbers possible with the heavier rain with this system as it moves north and east. And if you're curious, Alex would be the first name. It's not named yet, but we think we will get there. Bonnie, Colin, Danielle, Earl, and Fiona next on the list. As hurricane season officially begins today and right on cue, we have that developing system. 95 tomorrow, 20% chance of rain. 96 on Friday, just a small chance. And then we mentioned those triple digits coming back into the forecast. 100 Sunday, 101 on Monday, and 101 on Tuesday. We'll be right back.
For the fourth time in the last 5 years, D'Hanis is playing in the UIL State Softball Semifinals at Red and Charlene McCombs Field in Austin. Yesterday, they faced Dodge City in a rematch of last year's title game. Bottom of the first, Cowgirls' Reese Redden sends one deep to the gap in left center. Ryan Magers scores the opening run, and D'Hanis leads 1-0 after one. Bottom of the fifth, bases loaded when Kayla Looper comes through with a base hit in the left. Tony Burrell scores to make it 2-0, and that ends up being your final score. D'Hanis wins it 2-0 and will play for the Class 1A state title. They are one win away from being best in state.
That was like the goal, like make it to the finals. Like that's what we've done every single year, and that's it. I feel amazing that I get to finish it off there.
It's a tribute to them because they take it upon themselves to say, okay, we're going to do this and not question or do any of that, you know. So it's a very special group. It's a great feeling.
D'Hanis will play Hermleigh for the Class 1A state title today at 4 p.m. In the bigs, the Astros are visiting the Oakland A's for a 3-game series. Top of the 8th, tied at 1, and Chaz McCormick unties the contest with a 2-run shot to center field, measured at 422 feet. He was in a slump, so perhaps that will wake his bat up. Astros win their third straight game. 3-1 is the final, and they'll close out that series today.
We traded for an ace, and we got him.
7 hits, including 2 home runs, a solo job from Corey Seager, and a 2-run touch-em-all from Adelise Garcia in the 4th inning, which was more than enough run support for the Rangers pitching staff that allowed just 3 hits. Rangers win 3-0, improving to 12-12 at home this season. In Texas League Baseball, the Missions beat the Tulsa Drillers 3-1 in that series opener.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
The Dallas Cowboys like to set up a camera at the Star in Frisco for the guys to answer a fun question. Now that the movie Top Gun Maverick is out, the boys are having fun with that, asking them their fighter pilot nickname.
If you were a fighter pilot,
leave that alone, bro.
If you were a fighter pilot, what would your nickname be?
Be Osa Goes Hard, because I go hard.
Damn, not a fighter pilot. But you already know me, I'm the Terminator, baby. My nickname would be Ken. Juggernaut.
Dirty Dog.
I'm walking down. Or go get him. One of them.
Flying Squirrel. Be Flying Squirrel. Sincere from the heart. What would your name be? Cowboys King. If you're named Dak Attack, that's easy.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm walking down TP. Can't say mine in public.
Oh, yeah, tied in Ian Bunting with a name not suitable for television.
I like Dak Attack. I also like
Flying Squirrel.
Yeah, yours would be Sears at your service.
Sears at your service.
That'd be yours.
What?
Blowing the enemy.
Larry, what would be yours?
Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze.
Yeah, that was my nickname in high school.
Cool Breeze. Justin
What got you that?
Well, we don't have enough time.
Okay.
It's one of those we can't talk about on TV.
All right,
Justin will
Larry.
be Low Breeze.
I'm still coming up with mine.
Little breezy.
Little breezy.
And then Mike and Fiona, what, do y'all have nicknames for the movie, Maverick?
He would be Silver Fox.
Oh,
Okay.
of course, Silver
good.
Fox.
Yeah.
And Fiona?
And what would you be?
I don't know. You picked mine. I picked yours.
I'll think about that.
There we go.
The mustachioed beauty. So, hey, summertime, cooking up a burger, and boy, this is no ordinary burger.
No, Elizabeth Dabney, manager at Bar Louie, is here to show us some of their limited items and how they are helping out a good cause. But what is this?
That is it's a limited edition tostada burger, and it is served with our special hotter than hellion crema sauce. That is made fresh every day.
How hot is it?
Medium.
Do it. Do it. It's a good thing we're going to do cocktails in this segment too. He might need something to wash it down. All right. Well, we'll have more from Bar Louie, and we are right in the middle of graduation season, so we want to help you celebrate. DIY graduation decorations with Stephanie and Pena Frost from Princess and the Monkey.
And do you have, and do you have a student hitting that big milestone, be it high school or college? We want to see some of those wonderful, wonderful graduation pictures.
Oh, yes. Let us know at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. You might see them a little later in the show. And Java Jen helps you find the perfect pick-me-up at Archie's Coffee.
And, of course, can't forget about Father's Day coming up in a very short time. We've got some great gifts, including some really, really good whiskey.
It's Mike's PSA. All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
All right, welcome back. We're up to 92 degrees, 96 this afternoon. Still watching a couple pop-up showers on the radar this afternoon. There could be one or two here in San Antonio. We're not looking for much. Maybe a little better chance tomorrow, 20% chance, 95 on your Thursday, 96 Friday, and then the heat cranks up this weekend. Triple digits in the forecast for Sunday and into early next week.
Hey, real quick, some breaking news. The verdict is in from the jury in that Johnny Depp, Amanda Heard lawsuit.
Amber Heard.
Yeah. Amber Heard. So that's in. It won't be announced until 2 o'clock this afternoon, our time. It'll take place inside that Virginia courtroom. So once again, the Johnny Depp, Amber Heard lawsuit has been decided by the jury. So we'll have that for you on our website, KSAT.com, and we'll push it out for you as soon as we know what that is. So in the meantime,
SA Live starts
right
now.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
Oh, hello and happy Wednesday. Of course, it is graduation time, so we are celebrating your graduates. Good afternoon. I'm Fiona Gorestiza.
And I'm Mike Osterhage, and hats off to the class of 2022. And of course, you know, we're right in the middle of graduation season. A lot of folks have already graduated. Some are going to, be it from high school or college. So we got to see the pictures.
Yes, and don't you have a photo you want to show?
I do have a photo. My youngest, our youngest, Ty, right there, graduated a couple of weeks ago, and that's Jack on the left. He is just finished up his sophomore year in college. They get their good looks and their brains from their mama right there.
Such a beautiful family.
Thank you
Hey,
very
they got
much.
the Silver Fox too. So be sure to share a picture of your grads on Facebook and Twitter. Tag SA Live KSAT. You may see that picture a little later on in the show.
Okay, it is 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit late for lunch, but hey, never too late for a nice, good burger. And our first guest has a little bit of everything. Good food, good drinks, plus you can enjoy a meal and give a little back.
Yes, Elizabeth Dabney, manager at Bar Louie, is here to show us some of their limited time items and, as we mentioned, how folks can give back to a good cause. Welcome, welcome. All right, we've got Mike working the pan here. What's he making?
This is our limited edition. It's a tostada burger. It was made specifically for the Texas region, but it's going to have right in the middle a fresh tostada. Comes with fresh grilled jalapenos and, of course, our made fresh every day special hotter than hellion cream sauce. I know you tried that a moment ago.
Mike tried that earlier. Try it again. Try it again. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so how was it? Was it hot?
I mean, it wasn't like over the top. You could still. It's one of those where you're still going to be able to taste what it's on.
Yes.
And it's not just going to be overwhelming with the heat from it. So as this is still cooking up, how do I get the buns all ready to go?
Sure.
Here?
So we've got our fresh brioche bun there, and depending on how you would like to build it, but it is going to come with our guacamole, pico de gallo over there on the side.
Guac on there too?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, love it.
Load it up.
Love guac on a burger.
Of
squawk, pico, and then it comes with grilled jalapenos. I went ahead and grilled some for the purpose of today, but we've got some fresh ones there as well.
Okay.
Grilled jalapenos, black beans, and of course the special sauce.
The hotter than hellion sauce.
Hotter than hellion sauce.
Very
and
Southwest.
Very Southwest, yes. And it's paired specifically with our Don Julio margarita right now, and we also have Pacifico on special. So we've got a little
you might need
kind of
that
trifecta there.
To wash it down or put out the fire after the hotter than hellion sauce, depending on how you can take it.
And then the tostada would go
Tostada
like
right in the middle, and as your burger gets close to being done, it's going to have our white cheddar cheese right there melted on the top of it.
Boy, there's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
You're doing splendidly.
I'm loving this here.
You
All right, let
doing
the cheese
beautifully.
melt.
The faster you build it, the faster we eat, Mike.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I am making the what?
This is our wild berry margarita. It is our current Cocktails for a Cause initiative. So every dollar from each one sold is going to go to children of restaurant employees. So it is our current nonprofit that we're supporting. And also, we've got our lovely mustaches there, but I will let you go ahead and...
This is hours of fun, by the way.
Hours of fun.
I don't. This is incredibly entertaining for us.
This is our just cutaway shot. We go.
So currently, when you come into Bar Louie, tag us on Instagram at Bar Louie, hashtag Don the Stash. You will be entered immediately into our sweepstakes to win a trip for two to the South Beach Wine and Food Festival.
Enter us.
Enter, yes. Yes. Yeah, I think y'all have a beautiful photo.
We can do rock, paper, scissors. Who gets to go?
Producer, take a picture. Enter me.
Quick, enter us. All right. So how do I make?
All right. So we're going to have half an ounce each of strawberry and blackberry puree. We use the really nice real purees there. Those are actually what we use in house as well.
Oh wow.
And then
really good.
You are going to
it's going to get messy.
It is messy. We usually have, the bar, so. And then 1 ounce each of Don Julio and sweet and sour mix.
Okay. So Don Julio.
You're so precise with your
Don
shots.
Julio.
I don't want to spill.
Almost lost the plate.
Okay. Yeah, be careful. Just watch what you're doing.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And then this was the
sweet and sour mix. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So 1 each, and then you are going to top it with 2 ounces of truly wild berry seltzer.
Yep.
Ice.
Shake it up.
Shake it up. And then there we go. I'll go ahead and get this room for you. We have a special strawberry lime salt from Twang, which is delicious.
Oh wow, that looks really good. You also have these hot sauces that you can buy, right?
Yes, those are for sale in all of our locations. It's the green is a little bit milder, but the hotter than hellion sauce is made with that red and then with the cream. So
look at that.
Beautiful.
And then I'm going to top it off with some berries,
yes,
right?
ma'am.
Now you have burger specials every Tuesday, right?
Every Tuesday, yeah. We have half price burgers all day every Tuesday. That is beautiful. That looks fantastic.
Look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, trade you. You might need this.
Okay,
I'll take
cheers.
this.
All right.
Yeah, cheers.
We'll do
All
this.
Nice.
All right, and of course, tell folks where you're located.
We are located in La Cantera, in between Perry's and Yard House.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Y'all did a great job.
This cocktail is perfect on a daily basis.
She did very good.
All right, for more information on Bar Louie, just head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just scan that QR code on your screen.
All right. Getting your caffeine fix in Texas summer heat means we tend to go for things a little more on the iced side.
Yes, and today our Jen Tobias Strusky, also known as Java Jen, all right, takes us to a new coffee spot, and it's not the Java that's the big seller. It's their natural iced energy drinks. Take a look.
Oui, oui.
Archie's Fine Coffee and CBD is one of the newest coffee shops in town. From pastries to iced coffee and more, it's a place that combines wellness with Java.
So we are a local shop. We were started here in San Antonio. We've been open since January. And so we're mainly, the front of the store is mainly a CBD shop, but we also have amazing coffee. And we range from hot coffee, iced coffee, but two of the most popular things right now are energy drinks. Energy drinks are the up and coming in coffee. And so we have a plant-based energy drink, which is phenomenal. So the caffeine comes from the green coffee bean. So before the coffee bean's roasted, it's green. So that's been extracted from that. And then you find amino acids, B-complex vitamins in there, a lot of really great ingredients. And then we also do espresso-based cocktails too. Ooh. So that's something that people do not really know about us right now, but we do a lot of espresso-based cocktails. On Fridays and Saturdays, we're open till 10 at night, and they kind of create just a really good chill vibe. People go out for dinner, want to come in for a drink. They just kind of have a drink here. We're not a bar, but we want to just be a comfortable place for people to come and visit and with their family and friends. Time to make some drinks? All right, let's do it. Yeah. So I have Alyssa here, one of my baristas, and she's going to make our most popular drink, actually. We serve more of this than we do coffee, and it's our blue lemonade. Yeah. So we've got some passion fruit. We have the lotus. So the lotus is a concentrate of like dried blueberries, dried acai. So everything is plant-based, which you don't find a lot right now of some great ingredients for energy drinks. A lot of them are filled with so many different fillers, and so this is really, really great. So it turns out to be a really pretty color. And then we're gonna add some sparkling water to it. Now, if somebody doesn't want any sparkling water, we can do still water too. And then if we do spike it for people, we'll add a little bit of vodka in there too. That one's always really fun too. Yeah, so it turns out to be a really pretty color. And so we get a little stir in there. This is the Blue Lightning.
The Blue Lightning may be a favorite, but there's quite the selection of energy drinks, from flavors that taste like pina coladas to lavender-inspired jolts. And
so the Fizzy Tiger is super popular too. Yeah. It's really beautiful because you're gonna have that chamoy on there. Now, people don't like the chamoy, that's fine. We can take it off too. And then it's another one too where we can add and to make it in a mimosa.
And when it comes to espresso cocktails, how about a mocha margarita?
It tastes so good. So another thing that we can add is we have wellness enhancers. Mm-hmm. We have 4 different wellness enhancers that we can add to any of our drinks, and one of them is a CBD dose. Mm-hmm. Some people are really nervous about CBD. One, we don't know some people don't know where it comes from, and then second of all, everybody thinks they're going to get, quote, psychoactive high from that. Right. So this specific one is an isolate, which means the THC has taken out, so you're going to get all the benefits of CBD, the anti-inflammatory, the help with your focus.
Okay, Jessica, I've had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming.
We should grab and taste test together.
Let's try one. Yes. So
I'm gonna try that margarita.
Oh, there you go. Love your viewers to also follow us on Instagram. Oh yes. Our Instagram, that's where we do a lot of our announcements. So you can just follow us on. Yeah, that's a good one, right?
My life.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah.
Okay. So Instagram, how can they find you?
Follow us at Archie's Coffee Lounge on Instagram or Facebook. That's where we do a lot of our announcements, our events that we're doing.
I would have never thought the mocha with the tequila, but that is beautiful.
Yes, you need to try the espresso martini too.
All right.
That one is very popular. Look how beautiful that is.
So pretty. Okay. Again, SALive.com for more information. We have all of their information on our website. Click the As Seen on SA Live tab or scan the QR code on your screen. Cheers, Jessica.
All right, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you gotta sip this one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You gotta sip that.
Still ahead on SA Live, want to avoid long lines this summer? There's a petting zoo here in town that can come to you. We have a sample of the experience and the animals that you can be up close and hands-on with.
But first, you have a graduate to celebrate? Well, those parties can be expensive. How you can save money on some fun DIY decorations and help them hustle for some cold, hard cash. That's next on SA Live.